This is Small Bites, Big Hearts, in association with St. Luke's Hospice, Plymouth.
And it's only day 2.
It is only day 2. It feels like we've been on the road longer.
It does, yeah. So day 2, episode 2, we'll call it Bude, or more likely Stratton, to Watchet.
To watch it.
Yeah.
Via Minehead.
Via Minehead. Before we go into today's update, just a quick charity check-in. If you don't know already, just over 4 years ago, my brother passed away. He was a huge motorcycling fan. He had 4 or 5 bikes in the garage. Track days, we used to go riding a lot together. And unfortunately, his ride came to an end 4 years ago. And St. Luke's Hospice were fabulous. Really supported our family, obviously Colin's wife, during that very difficult time. And so 4 years on, I kind of said to Ben, I'd really like to do something to mark that memorial, but also give something back to St. Luke's. It costs around about £1,000 to do home care for an individual, £11,000 for residential care. They only have 5 beds, I think, at Plymouth. They have an operating cost of 14 million a year. 20% of that is donated by the government. 80% of that 14 million has to be found through events such as this. So Small Bites, Big Hearts is all about St. Luke's Hospice this year. The idea is we had a target of £5,000, which was to allow 5 people to enjoy the dignity that my brother had. He had the home care, which was about £1,000. So we thought if we could give back 5,000, that pays it forward 5 times. That's the idea. Now, as of right now, do you know the numbers, Ben? Do you know where we are?
2274.
2274, spot on.
2274.
Which is a whopping 45% of our target, which is fabulous. And I really want to thank everyone who's donated so far. It's been quite mind-blowing. Anonymous and was registered as anonymous, but it blows my mind that the single biggest donation that we've had was from a stranger in a car park.
Stranger in a car park, yeah.
200 quid.
Yeah.
I was shocked. And that has been demonstrated again and
Time
again. This evening in Watchet, somebody in the pub just
here's
went
30
ahead and
quid.
Donated. So if you donated so far, thank you so much. If you haven't, and if you feel you can help, chuck a few quid in. It really makes a difference. And we'll talk more about the charity over the coming month, of course, because we are only 2 days in.
Yeah.
And there is 23 to go.
Yes.
Phew.
We called it a 125 challenge, didn't we?
Yeah.
And one might think, well, you're on little motorcycles, how much of a challenge can it be? I think we're beginning to find out.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much more involved than just the riding for a start.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll come on to that on another episode. But today, day 2, I'm calling it a day of 3 halves.
Yeah.
It's a day of 3
3
halves. Yeah. I got up about 7.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah.
I was awake at 6:30.
Yeah. And so you weren't. You were snoring at 6:30. I reckon you got up about 7:45, actually, mate, to be honest, and fair play, because it was a hard day yesterday.
Logged.
So we didn't really get off to the start that we wanted this morning, did we?
No, we didn't. The word technology haunts many of our lives.
I hate it.
I am beginning to join you in that hatred
Yeah.
because what seems to be a simple operation often isn't.
Yeah. I mean, I've had my own rants about technology recently. I've had laptop failures twice.
Yeah,
Microsoft very kindly helping me out personally, along with a lot of other music producers. But it's been painful. And when you pay a lot of money for something, I'm kind of broken in that way. I just think if you pay a lot of money for something, it should work.
So we have an intercom system. I shan't name them, but we have an intercom system that many motorcyclists will know who they are. And in theory, it's just press a button, connect to the phone, and talk to each other as you go along. That's the theory, and often it works, but when it doesn't work, when you cannot connect, no matter how many times you're pressing the buttons and nothing is happening, well...
To be fair, I don't think it's Cardo's fault. I think it's a Bluetooth protocol fault.
I think it is.
And I think it's Android, Apple, all the different platforms.
Yeah.
They can't keep up with. So they send stuff out, and this is my bugbear with technology: is it gets sold broken, and you the purchaser, it's on you to do the firmware upgrades and fix it.
Yeah.
Well, that's just unfortunately the way it works, but it doesn't.
There is another
sit
term.
very well.
There's another term.
Can we use it?
User error.
Oh yeah.
There's another term, but yeah.
Yeah.
Something in and you get something out.
Yes.
But we'll leave that there.
Yeah. I also feel that designers of this kind of kit, they speak a different language.
Yeah.
So what you and I see as, well, I just buy it and press a button, to them, it is that simple, but it's a 7-step process.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, the end result was that we lost an hour and 20 minutes.
We left eventually at about 11.
Yeah. So there we go.
There we go.
That's the way it was. But we've said before, and we'll say it again, roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches. If there is a problem, look for the solution.
So we eventually got on the road. Stratton to Crediton.
What a road.
Much more of that kind of flowing, uninterrupted joy, the technical riding that we really love.
Lovely. Really good. Mid-Devon, fabulous.
Yeah, great stuff.
Love it.
The roads are bigger. I mean, there is a consistent issue with potholes, but everybody has the same problem, so...
just keep your eye out.
You've got to keep your eye out.
And if you see a motorcyclist in front of you weaving, sometimes it's because they're dodging a pothole.
Yeah, it's come up a couple of times that we don't feel often that car drivers fully appreciate what we're going through. Like today, later on in the ride, when it was absolutely bucketing down, you could see some car drivers getting a little bit. It's like, I can't see.
Yeah.
My glasses are steamed up. There's water on my visor. There's LED headlights turning that into a crystal array of diamonds. I can't see.
Yeah.
I think just a little bit more love and compassion for those of us who are not cosseted in a still box with air conditioning and a radio. Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Yeah. But we rode to Crediton and we got to Moto Velo.
What a place. The Union Moto Velo. Sort of a cyclist and motorcyclist cafe, hence Moto Velo. See what they did there?
Very clever.
Very clever. Not unlike the Project 83 in sort of like vibe and decor. And in fact, when we turned up, there were a bunch of guys out there with 4 Harley Davidsons all parked up outside with the beards and the tats looking exactly like they should do, riding big Harley Davidsons. Fabulous cafe, good coffee, good nosh. Some beautiful old bikes in there.
You can buy a chopper there as well. Actually, you can commission a chopper.
You can stay there.
Oh yeah, of course.
Commission a chopper, buy a sausage roll, and even buy an old Triumph. There was one there for £5,500.
Yeah.
What a place!
I wasn't aware of the nosh, but there you go.
No.
So, moving on. We then went to Tiverton and on to Minehead. Now we changed our plan, didn't we? Actually,
yes, we did. Yeah, and thankfully so.
Now, just before we left Union Moto Velo, you said, "I'm going to risk it."
Yeah.
Were you glad you didn't?
I'm very glad I didn't.
Do you want to explain what you were going to risk?
Well, the forecast was for some rain at about 4 o'clock, and I thought, well, by the time I get to Watchet, it might rain, I'll be okay. But as it started to spit, so I thought, right, let's put the waterproofs on. Full waterproofs, trousers, jacket, let's do it. Let's not risk the wet.
Yeah, well, and you are glad that you didn't risk it.
Because it very quickly started to shower, on and off, most of it manageable, all the way to Minehead.
So this is where the third half of our day kind of starts, really. I just want to talk a bit more about the 396, though, from Tiverton to Minehead.
Oh,
now,
gosh, yeah.
That road, it's not as big as the A39, the Atlantic Highway, which is really super fast and flowing. That's a big bike road.
Yeah.
And where I think the 125 wins, on the 396, the turns are much tighter. Narrower roads. And I don't think that the pendulum nature of accelerating hard, braking hard on a big bike would work on that road.
No, I don't think I'd enjoy my Indian Scout on that road as much as I enjoyed the 125. You can't be hammering it along at 60, 70 miles an hour on that road. It's far too dangerous for that. So the bike is working, but it's working within its top range and giving you that lovely feel and allowing you to be technical and to assess each corner as you're doing it in a very enjoyable way.
It's just great fun. I mean, I think the thing is, like on a ZX9R, for example, my last bike, I know that I might briefly, momentarily touch a higher speed than we did today, but then I've got to brake really hard.
Then you've got to brake really hard.
And then I'm accelerating hard. Then I'm braking really hard.
Yeah, there was none of that.
No, with the 125 today, I think I was kind of 35 to 50 miles an hour all the time, but just not slowing down for the bends.
No,
really.
Just not slowing down.
So it's a completely different ride. I love it. I really do.
Absolutely, yeah.
I really do. And I know that a lot of people kind of feel that 125s aren't real bikes. But
they came into their own today.
Anyone to ride that road
Yeah.
much faster than we did today.
And I challenge anyone on those little 125s and not to have some fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone.
Yeah.
You will.
Okay, so we got to Minehead. What did we learn about fuel?
Yes. we learned something about fuel today.
Before we got to Minehead,
Before we got to Minehead, I think it was coming from Dunster, whatever, I suddenly looked down and I had a big flashing warning light on my display which said fuel reserve. And I thought, I didn't realise, I'd used that much fuel.
Now, we filled up at the same time.
We'd filled at the same time. I said to Sean... In Camborne, nearly 200 miles back. And I said to Sean, I'm going to reserve. And what did you say? You said how many left?
I had 160 miles of range
160.
left.
I thought, how can he be getting that much more miles per gallon or miles per litre than I am? Well, Sean solved the problem at the fuel station.
Yeah.
And I was amazed at how much difference sitting the bike upright 90 degrees and filling the tank up with the nozzle not all the way in, but outward, so you could see the fuel and really top it up. And the difference was about 4.5 litres.
At least 4.5 litres, which when you're doing 110 miles to a gallon, that's a lot of miles.
So
about 160.
So yeah, about so.
Yeah.
Sean's top up cost 16 quid because he properly had topped up. Mine cost 23 quid because I'd left that much more air in the tank and filled it up. So
I always sit on my bike and fill it up with my feet on the floor.
Well, because I'm a stumpy of stature, putting feet flat on the floor is not always an option for me. So I tend to always lean the bike, and that difference made the difference. So one for the knowledge bank there.
Yeah. Okay, right, now, Minehead to Watchet.
This is Small Bikes, Big Hearts.
It just tipped down. We were there for half an hour enjoying a coffee, watching the steam engines, and it was obvious it was relentless, wasn't it?
It was full on.
It was relentless.
It was full on.
So we thought, okay,
we're going to have to go. Suck it up.
Suck it up. We've only got 6 miles or so into Watchet. How hard can that be? It'll test the gear.
So we got on the bikes. Couldn't leave straight away because somebody lost their key.
Somebody lost their key. There's a theme
Hello.
developing here.
There was no worse feeling
No.
than getting to your bike and going,
Where's
my
my key? Yeah.
I had everything in my crash helmet at one point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'd done the sensible thing and put it in the zip-up pocket of my rucksack, but there we go. Yeah, that's an horrible feeling. We hit the road, 6 miles, and
Pouring.
wow, okay, we know we're going to have to do a day like this at some point. It really gave the gear
It gave the gear a
test.
really, really good test. Now,
So, should we do some?
Yeah.
Should we do some rate my gear? I'm going to start actually because we've both got the same helmet, the HJC I-71 with pin lock. Well, one of us has got the pin lock. You've taken yours off.
I've taken mine out.
Yeah. Now I love pin lock. I've always ridden with pin lock. This one has started fogging up in the wet, and I'm going to give HJC the benefit of the doubt because when we get to Fowler's, I'm going to ask somebody to have a look at it and make sure it's set up right, and just make sure that I know how to use the venting system correctly, because I trust pin lock, but I have been getting a little bit of fogging. But also, you know, you get the rain once you've got the rain on the inside of the visor here.
You've had it.
You've had a game over, isn't it?
Yeah.
And of course, when it is steaming, you're constantly lifting it, closing it.
Yeah.
So, HJC, stay of reprieve until I've had somebody make sure that the pin lock is fitted properly. So we won't give it a number just yet, but other than that, a nice lid. Pop that over there, fella. Okay, so jacket. So Ben's got this, which we'll talk about what that is in a minute. And I have this RST oversuit one piece. This is a motorcycle garment. What is that?
This is ambulance issue. High vis for when you work at the ambulances out on the street.
Okay. How's that working out for you?
It's not working out at all. Within the 6 miles of the driving rain, my motorcycle jacket is pretty damp on the inside. I'm going to have to revisit my oversuit choices in the future.
Score out of 10?
Well, that's got to be 3.
Okay.
In fact, bin.
Bin it. Bin it.
That's got to be binned.
Bin it. So Fowler's are going to get some more. Okay, RST overseat, one piece. I did have to pull over because I started to feel the damp, but it was my fault, user error. I hadn't properly sealed the Velcro. Once I'd done that, I got here bone dry, didn't I?
Bone dry.
Yeah. RST oversuit, 10 out of 10.
So Fowler's in Bristol tomorrow. Do one for me.
Okay, right, now, boots. Chuck us up a boot. Oh, you stay there.
I'll stay there.
Right.
They look pretty damp.
They are. They're soaked. Okay, so these are Frank Thomas. And they're really cool because when you're not riding your motorcycle, you can walk around in these quite comfortably, and they're pretty nice looking boots. As you can see, they are, you are correct, soaked.
Soaked.
But guess what? My feet are bone dry and warm. So Frank Thomas, waterproof Chelsea boot kind of thing, isn't it? Anyway,
Yeah.
10 out of 10, love it. J&S accessories I got those from, 100 quid.
So
What you got then?
these are Merlin boots. They're about 5 years old now. I've abused them, really abused them. In other words, I should have put dub in and protector. I should have resurfaced them a few times. Generally, they're an excellent boot. Today, they have largely kept the water out. Slight damp underfoot in the toe, but I've got sealskin socks, so my feet are dry and warm anyway, so that's fine. I think if I put some dub in and some protective over them, they would be fine again.
Yeah, I mean, I love Merlin gear.
It's
to be
good
honest.
gear.
We've got Merlin jackets, of course, as well from J&S. No, GT Motorcycles. I apologise. Right, gloves.
No, you specifically bought waterproof gloves.
I did.
And how's that working out?
These are dry to dry Oxford waterproof gloves, and they are shite. Sorry, Oxford. I absolutely love you, but these do not work. And these are brand new as well. So it's not a case of the treatment going wrong.
No.
They're garbage. My hands were soaked, and I fear that my hands would be cold on a windy day. They're still soaked inside now. The bane of the motorcyclist, trying to dry your gloves.
Absolutely.
It seems to be a common problem.
It's a common problem.
Anybody know any decent gloves? Please let us know. I'm going to give those I'm going to give them a 3 because they're comfortable when it's dry, but they're not doing what they say on the tin.
Yeah, right. Whereas these are not. These are road skin. They are AAA rated for safety, good knuckle protection. That's how they're sold, for good protective gear. They're not sold as waterproof, and that is for a very good reason.
They're not waterproof.
They're not waterproof.
So this is wrong gear.
It's wrong gear. I kind of knew that with these when I left. I thought, when it rains, my hands are just going to get wet. Period. And I thought I'd try and live with that. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. It's all right when it's warm and wet.
When it's warm and wet.
When it's cold and wet.
Yeah, when it's cold and wet. So,
all right, so you can't really rate them, can you? Because they're not.
They weren't sold as waterproof.
No.
In every other respect, I've been wearing these a lot. They're a great pair of gloves.
Right.
Just not in the soaking wet.
Fair play. Kriega rucksack. Can you reach one without mayhem?
Without mayhem
happening?
Let's.
Okay, so we've both got the same bag. These are carrying our tech, and when I say tech, I mean 2 very expensive laptops.
Yeah.
All of my headphones, very expensive monitor headphones, microphones, portable studio. I mean the whole shebang.
Anything that you need to remain dry
needs to go in here.
Needs to go in here. And how do they perform?
I am very, very, very impressed.
Yeah.
I mean, they're stylish.
They're stylish.
This is a 16 litre. They're not cheap. This is just shy of 180 quid.
Yeah.
For a rucksack, but bone dry.
Bone dry.
Proper dry bag, really.
And when you put them on properly and do the straps up properly, then they're not that heavy on your back. In fact, at times you often don't feel anything, do you?
I've barely
cracking piece of kit.
Yeah. Like really well designed. Thumbs up to Kriega.
Yeah.
Kriega. I always call it a Krug. I'm sorry, Kriega. Right. Okay, is that everything? Well, anyway, 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Kriega. There is one more item. So I've got an Aqua 50 litre on the back of my bike, and that is what all my luggage is in. And I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10 by Oxford. So, great. The gloves not so hot, but the Aqua Pack 50 litre, fantastic.
Whereas I've got the Oxford 30 litre dry roll.
Yeah.
And I'd give that a 9.5 out of 10. And the only reason I'm giving it 9.5 is because my hoodie was right on the top near the zip, and it got slightly damp. But I'm not convinced, thinking about it, that was all the bag, because everything else within the bag was perfectly dry, including my laptop. So it survived today's onslaught and kept things dry as expected.
I do think with the bags, the roll top is much better than a zip. I think as soon as you get a seam or a zip, you are almost courting trouble. Yeah. Anyway, okay, so, well, I mean, that's a very quick roundup of our day and some of the gear. I think we're both well aware that a full day riding in the rain is going to be absolute hell.
Yes, it will.
And we're just going to have to suck it up. But, yeah, there's a few bits of kit that need tweaking before then. We'll be at Fowler's tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah.
So there we go. www.smallbikesbighearts.co.uk will take you to a link for all of our socials. Or if you just prefer to follow us on TikTok, Instagram or Facebook, it's Small Bikes Big Hearts. You can use the hashtag Small Bikes Big Hearts. Every like and share really helps. It really does. I mean, the TikTok videos are the most performing at the moment. But yeah, just give us a like, give us a share. And if you can give us a few quid, we'd be really grateful.
Bye.
Well, it's not a motorcycle jacket, is it, Ben? It looks like you mugged somebody on a tarmac lorry. That's what it looks like.
It's a... What's going on there? Damn.
It's a what?
Is it recording?